Alright, so a while ago, I did a video on the Esper powers in Index. This one is kind of the same thing, but now for magic. So yeah, let's do this. So, the magic system in Index is really kind of interesting, because I feel that both in-universe and out, it's really defined in how it plays off of the Esper powers. So, in-universe, this is almost confirmed canon. The Esper powers came first in the naturally occurring gemstones, who are people who naturally have an Esper ability. More info slightly in my Esper video. And then people who didn't have natural superpowers went, aw man, this is some fucking bullshit. Yo, Jesus, hook us up. And they got magic. And I am not being facetious with that Jesus comment. Quite literally, magic comes from the divine, the mythological, the religious, folklore, the occult. Anything that science can't explain, magic does. And this creates a very interesting power system because, you don't really have an overarching theme to how the powers work. Like, all of the Esper powers are pretty simple in how they work. Generally, it's either you do something with your body, your brain, or you produce something like fire or lightning. But the magic system is so much more varied. We got people who use runes on, like, fucking playing cards to summon fire demons to murder teenage boys. Katana magic. Fucking a dude with an obsidian knife that can reflect the light of a star to shoot laser beams and also can flay people and wear their skin. I'm pretty sure there's a bread sword villain. And that's just like the surface level shit. Honestly, this power system is wonderful and has so much depth to it. And probably my favorite thing about the magic system is how generally you get these kind of overarching themes. So, I guess before I explain this, I should explain how the fuck someone learns magic. So, it isn't a direct requirement to be religious. Like, magic doesn't actually care if you're drinking that Jesus juice or not. The issue comes with learning it without being religious. You won't find anyone to teach you. You see, due to how the history of the Index world unfolded, it's just kind of a fact that magic is reserved for the religious community. Churches, secret cabals under churches, they have magic powers. And they can teach that knowledge to just about whoever the fuck they want. But they only really teach it to people with similar ideologies to them. And this is what creates those wonderful overarching trends of how magic works. Because you'll have groups like Necessarius, who's based in the UK, who have pretty standard fantasy-style magic. But then you get the, oh fuck, what's their name? The Amakusa, who they're an Eastern church sect, and they use very, like, Shinto and Buddhist-related fucking magic powers. And then you've got people running off the Norse ideas, and we've got an Aztec dude with an obsidian knife, and it's great, it's cool, it's varied. And the wonderful thing is, you get these overarching religious themes, but nobody shares the same ability. Like, in the Esper side, science side, you run into this thing where, like, pyrokinesis is just kind of a thing. Fucking, we literally have canon over 10,000 Electromasters. But it's very rare we see the same type of magic used by two different characters who aren't just generic filler backgroundy people. Like, if they've got a unique face, they probably have a unique brand of magic, based off some sort of, like, story, or myth, or legend. And I just find that really fucking interesting, to have this power system that is very broad and hard to explain. Like, there isn't really a unified theory of how magic works. It's very down to the individual person. Like, you can learn how Kanzaki's magic works. Spoilers, it's just she swings sword, and she swing real good because magic. And, like, that's basically it. But then there are other people whose abilities are very, very complex, and probably could use their own video to explain. And just, I fucking love it. So, yeah. Sorry this video's not as long as the last one, but, the magic system is, by design, so broad and kind of spaced out in how it works that summarizing it in any meaningful way isn't as simple as the Espers. Like, I can't go into as much detail about how the mechanics of stuff works, because explaining how one person's ability works doesn't really give you an insight into someone else's. So, yeah, bye.